5 a.m., Robert Colin with On Top of the World will be our guest as we learn all about the exciting lifestyle and new home choices available at Ocala's premier adult active community, On Top of the World. From time to time, Robert will bring guests, and you're sure to enjoy our little chats. After all, you deserve the world, and we bring it to you.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, streamlining communications. In the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the growing digital document revolution. In the world of business, supporting entrepreneurs and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new truck.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
What you need is RoofMax. RoofMax is a revolutionary green roofing solution that can save you $10,000 or more by greatly extending the life of your existing roof. Here's how it works. Asphalt roof shingles have essential oils to keep them flexible and waterproof. Over time, this oil dries out, causing your roof to become brittle and slowly break apart. A RoofMax treatment saturates your roof with millions of microbeads, restoring flexibility and continued waterproof protection. It's like a skin moisturizer for asphalt shingles. RoofMax treatments are guaranteed for 5 years, and repeating treatments can extend your roof's life for up to 15 years for a fraction of the cost of replacement. RoofMax uses satellite measurement software to provide a hassle-free, contact-free price quote over the phone in under 5 minutes. No in-person house call required. Get your instant quote by calling 352-639-2777. That's 352-639-2777.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named, the man, the myth, the only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person. It's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Tuesday. Coming up at 9 o'clock, Carol Ann Baldwin, Master Gardener. Carol Ann Baldwin with In the Garden will be on the air taking your calls about all your gardening and lawn needs. 622-9622 is the number to call to get into In the Garden with Carol Ann Baldwin. Matt Gibbs will be here with Auto Repair with Personal Care from Sunrise Auto at 10 o'clock. So both those shows today, we always look forward to when Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin and Matt Gibbs are in studio. I don't know if you saw this story or not yesterday, but the state's attorney's office has dropped charges against a man who beat a dog so severely that the dog had to be put down. The reason they dropped the charges, Florida law allows what Sean Benson did. A 40-pound pit bull was beaten to death on August 12th, according to a report from the assistant state attorney's office. A law enforcement official spoke with the dog's owner. She said Benson was helping her expand a dog kennel in her backyard when the pit bull, Phantom, snatched a cat named Puppy that was walking by the kennel. Benson tried to pry the cat from the dog's mouth. He was unsuccessful. He then grabbed a fence post, struck Phantom in the head until the dog stopped moving. He then was able to free the cat from the dog's mouth. When Bennett said, "Don't hit my dog," he said he's going to kill the puppy, going to kill Puppy. Benson took her dogs to an emergency treatment center. Phantom was put down because of his injuries. The cat's owner, Michael Childers, said he heard the noise. He went outside, saw Benson hitting the dog. Sheriff's report said Benson told the deputy he hit Phantom in the head about 5 or 6 times. They were able to free the cat. They took the cat to a treatment center. Phantom, the dog, was euthanized at the treatment center. Benson was subsequently charged with aggravated animal cruelty. His lawyer said He's not guilty. He cited Florida Statute 767.03, and it states that any action for damages or of a criminal prosecution against any person for killing and injuring a dog, satisfactory proof that said dog had been or was killing any animal, including the definitions of domestic animal and livestock, as provided by State Law 585-01, shall constitute a good defense for such actions. So the state law said if the dog was killing another domestic animal or livestock, he had the right to kill him. Come to find out, Phantom had previously killed another cat in the neighborhood, although the dog was on the leash at the time of killing that cat. The owner said from that point on, she tried to make sure Phantom was muzzled at all time. Harris, the state attorney, said after reviewing the facts of the case, the state could not proceed any further. I'm torn here because I'm a pet owner. I have 4 rescue animals and a cat. But I also have been raised around pit bulls all my life. And I know for a fact that once a pit bull grabs a hold of something, it's almost impossible to get it to let it go till it kills whatever it's grabbed a hold of. I've had to use a stick to stop a pit bull from killing another dog that got in our yard, and this was a very nice pit bull. It was good around people and all. Just didn't like other animals. Had to hit her with a mop stick 3 or 4 times to get a Chihuahua that she had grabbed. Chihuahua had got in the yard, and Jill had grabbed a hold of him. Chihuahua came in her yard, but I had to hit Jill 3 or 4 times with a mop handle and then put my hands in her mouth and pry her mouth open to get the Chihuahua out of her mouth. So I've seen dogs do that. Jill was subsequently put down because that was the second dog she had attacked like that. So when animal control come out, I told them that. Animal control seized the dog and put her down. It wasn't the dog's fault. Wasn't my fault. She just didn't do well around other animals. A lot of dogs aren't good around other animals. And this animal got into our yard. This was when I lived over in Hawthorne some 20 years ago. Dog got in our yard. It was the second dog that got in our yard, and both times the dogs ended up deceased. And the neighbors both times called animal control, and animal control took her the second time. So I understand how this could happen. It's a tragic situation where a kitten got a little too close to a dog that probably didn't like animals. Not all dogs like other animals. Has nothing to do. Somebody goes, yeah, well, it's how they're trained. Not necessarily. Now, do I think there's some bad pit bull owners? Of course I do. Do I think pit bull is probably the best breed of dog known to man? I do. I know some of you out here going, oh, Tom, pit bulls are dangerous. Not really. It's kind of like, I make this argument all the time. The difference between an AR-15 and a 7mm hunting rifle, they both shoot the same bullets. They both can kill you just as dead, but one looks meaner than the other. Pit bull and a Dalmatian, one looks meaner than the other. A Dalmatian will bite you a lot quicker than a pit bull will. But a Dalmatian looks cuter. So the pit bull looks more dangerous. But in this instance, the pit bull was dangerous. It grabbed a kitten, and it wasn't its first kitten it's grabbed. This was the second cat it was trying to kill. That's a problem. The story said he tried to pry the cat out of the dog's mouth before he started hitting it with a stick to try to get the dog to let it loose. And the dog, until the dog was unconscious, then they had to pry the cat out of the dog's mouth after he'd beaten the dog unconscious. Tragically, situations like this happen. There is no good outcome in these kind of situations. This is a dog owner who knew her dog would attack cats. She even said he killed a cat while I was walking him on a leash. So from that point on, I had to muzzle the dog. I hate any dog that has to lose its life. And this was a gruesome way for a dog to be beaten and then euthanized by the vet after the beating. But I can see both sides of this coin. It's not a perfect solution. It's probably very grotesque and very hurtful to the owner of that dog watching it take place. But what about the owner of the cat whose kitten was being attacked? Who, by the way, didn't go in the dog's yard. The dog reached through the fence and grabbed the cat, according to the police report. I know we're quick to say, man beats dog, oh, throw him under the jail. And I'm right there with you 99% of the time. That's why we have Molly's Law. And that's why we have a pet registry here in Marion County. That if you're cruel to animals, you end up on a pet registry here in Marion County that blocks you from getting any other animals from the shelters here in Marion County. I'm okay with that. This doesn't seem to be one of those incidents. Was there other alternatives than beating the dog to death? You know, I wasn't there. I would like to hope there were other alternatives. But I've also seen a pit bull when it's in a frenzy and it's got its jaws clamped shut and it's hell-bent on ending whatever it's got in its mouth life. I've seen that before, too. I've taken pit bulls on many a hog hunt. I know the determination and the singular focus that pit bulls can have. Tom, you said they weren't dangerous. They're not. Remember, pit bulls were once referred to as the mother-in-law dog. People would leave them with their toddlers to babysit their toddlers, sit them in windows in New York City. Go look up pit bull mother-in-law dog and see some of the photos of people that leave their 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds with the bulldogs. Remember the Little Rascals? Petey, the dog in the Little Rascals, pit bull. But it seems like this pit bull had an affinity to kill other animals. That's a problem. And the owner knew it. She said, I had the dog on a leash one time and a cat got killed. So the owner knew this was an issue. But no charges were filed. No charges were dropped. Coming up next, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin in the building for In the Garden. You're listening to WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Lawyers for former President Trump criticized the impeachment case against him as political theater. In a 78-page brief filed Monday, Trump's lawyer David Schoen and Bruce Castor argue that the case is unconstitutional because Trump is no longer in office and therefore it must be dismissed. Democrat Representative Katie Porter of California.
So one of the arguments